welcome into your reading. This is going to be a general message for you guys. So what we do here is we start off with some oracle cards to get a sense of your general energy, really what we're dealing with on a more high level perspective. And then we'll go into pulling some tarot cards to dig into the details and the specifics of your situation. So as the reading goes on, you'll see more and more cards filling up the table. These readings last anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, so they're more long form readings. Just giving you a heads up on that. But if you're into the shorter readings, I do weekly shorts on the channel for each zodiac sign. So you can just go to the channel, and if any of those call to you, hopefully there is a message there for you. All right, so let's get started and pull an oracle card from the Celestial Bodies Astrology and Numerology Oracle deck. All right, Leo, Leo, Leo. Let's step into the Leo energy. What Leo am I reading for today? What is their overall energy for the Leo, please? One card for the Leo. Leo, Leo, Leo. Okay. Full moon. Beautiful. All right, so depending on when you're listening to this reading, it could be at any point, but the full moon may be of significance for you. Right now, I am reading in the month of June 2025. So whatever full moon is coming through next may play a part in your situation, or that day, that time frame may play a part. But when we're dealing with the full moon, this is when your situation is at a peak and it is at its highest capacity. Okay, so that could look in different ways, right? I am getting that there is a relationship love situation going on here just because of all of the rose quartz that's pulling up. But at the same time, I do see a little bit of the smoky quartz coming through. And I don't know if that's intentional, but it looks rose quartz, smoky quartz. So there could be an element of, I don't know, just sort of protecting yourself and absorbing, all right, the negativity in your situation that is meant to be peaceful, harmonious, loving. So there may be a smoky element to this as well, where it's a little hazy, as though you don't have all of the information, it seems, right? Like you have to see through the fog to get to the truth, but coming from a loving situation, or doing it for the sake of love even. When we talk about the moon is a celestial body. It's not a planet, obviously, but it does govern the sign of Cancer. So some of you may have Cancer placements or may be dealing with the Cancer. And it also talks about the things that are unseen, unsaid. The moon moves so quickly throughout the zodiac, right? Every couple of days, day and a half or two. So it does also talk about shifts that are made or shifts that happen in a situation. It's also about the emotions and the sensitivities of somebody, as well as even their psychic abilities. Okay, so all of these topics and concepts sort of are interplaying here throughout your situation in some way. So we'll see how this evolves. Let's pull a card from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. But again, the main meaning of the full moon itself is that there is a peak in your situation. It's been leading up to this moment. And after this moment, it's going to dwindle a little bit. Okay, so whatever this is to you, you've been leading up to this moment. And then once you get through this moment, it's going to start to dwindle. What else, please? Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck for the Leo. I'm also getting your birthday, something about your birthday here. Centering. Okay. And then one more from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. There's a little bit of protection or like a wall put, like hesitation or caution around a situation here as well. I'm getting obsidian. Obsidian also absorbs negative energy. Angel of Vision. Okay, so Angel Vision says someone is not revealing part of the story. Trust your feelings over what others say. So we did get that a little bit, right? Like something about you needing to sift through information in order to get to the truth of a situation. And I think that you have a gut feeling that you don't have all of the information. You don't have all of the truth. I think you have a gut feeling that someone is keeping something from you. And so at the same time, I feel like somebody here is trying not to go into this like obsessive compulsive energy of letting this just sort of distort your thinking or distort your mind because of the centering, right? If you feel like you're getting to that place where things are just too much, you're overthinking it, you're going into these like impractical visions or thoughts of your situation, distorted visions or thoughts, then it's time to get back into the physical and center and ground, right? So trying to get out of thinking about this and focusing on your physical body, focusing on the physical environment of where you're at in order to ground yourself and bring you back to earth, so to say. So you're not so much so high in the mind, just sort of overthinking this thing. A full moon time frame or the period of the full moon will show everything that you need to know, right? That's the peak again. Okay, so truth will come during this time. It's sort of just being patient. And whether you get the full moon card or not, I am a big believer in the fact that the truth always comes out no matter what. Okay, so all you have to do is just sort of wait for it. Now be cautious, right? When you know that something's up, something is up. Just that alone, you thinking that something is not right, that is confirmation in of itself that things are not completely clear or things are not as they're supposed to be. So, yeah, instead of like second guessing yourself or going back and forth or thinking of the what ifs, just know, observe it, right? Yes, things are not right. Something is off. I could already tell. And then wait for it to unfold. Wait for the truth to come out. Okay, let's go into your personal energy. What's in the personal energy for the Leo at this time? Mind, heart, body, soul. We're going to start pulling some tarot cards. Leo, please. All right, so you have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, something's going to happen fast. Okay, there's timing involved in this situation as well. What else? One more card. And Justice. Wow. Yeah, I mean, everything that we've been saying. The patience of the Knight of Pentacles is at play here, and it's asking. The Sun is at the bottom of the deck, which is your ruling celestial body. So it's just saying you will get clarity, right? This thing will come to full fruition, right? With the full moon. It will fix itself. It will come together, and you will see what you need to do by that point. You may be in a state of karma or wanting to right a wrong, wanting to get justice, wanting something to be fair. You may be either thinking about a strategy or actually following through with a strategy of how to balance this situation out. Now, if you're going into like really low vibes, you may be wanting to get some revenge or be really toxic about it. The high vibe of trying to balance something out is really coming from a place of diplomacy, really giving the benefit of the doubt, trying to focus on the fact and not the feeling, trying to focus on the fact and not the person. First, start there before you start to go into the outside details of the situation, right? Like, forget about who it is that you're dealing with for now. Forget about the history you have. Forget about the love. Like, just focus on the facts. Get the facts first. And then after that, you can determine the result or how you want to deal with this person or this situation, depending on what you figure out and what truth comes out. But for now, I would say try your best to like stay as detached and sort of insensitive as you can. Like, really get into a sort of King of Swords, Queen of Swords mentality of just tell me what the truth is. I don't care what you did. I just want to know the truth. And then you can go from there, if that makes sense. In your environment, you have the Seven of Pentacles. This could be in the form of people, situations, circumstances. The Ten of Cups. One more. And the Queen of Pentacles. So there may be someone in your environment, male or female, who is also in a strategic mentality. One second, I'm going to take a drink. Their strategy is coming more so from a place of, how can I make something better? Right? Like, the Seven of Pentacles is energy of, you have a situation in your hands and you're putting all of the cards on the table and you're really like thinking through it, right? To better the situation. You're doing away with what isn't working. You're keeping what works. And then you're putting a plan together to make it even better, right? And so there's like an efficiency or productivity or getting more out of your time, energy, money, effort here. So you have to put a plan together in order to make something better. So whoever is in this environment energy, they are coming from a place of love. There could be money involved for sure. There could be things like assets, like a house or a big value item or savings, credit, things like that. I'm getting, and it's like making moves. Okay. Maybe somebody is moving money from here to there. Maybe there's investments, right? And putting down payments on things. Maybe there's like, if I'm thinking like real mundane, maybe somebody is, like refinancing something, but I don't know if they're necessarily telling you. Okay. And so maybe that's why you feel like something is off or something is wrong here. Okay. There may be an element of someone's financial history coming into play that you didn't know about either. There may be just plans that they have financially, physically, that whether they involve you or they don't involve you, I don't know. But at the same time, you're not in the know. You're not making decisions here. You're not giving your opinion. You're not being considered. And so I think that you have an idea that something like this is happening, but there isn't, it's like, it's been a long time coming here with the Knight of Pentacles. And then all of a sudden, once it happens during this full moon time, it's going to escalate really quickly. And then you're going to have to make a decision at that point, right? And you may be thinking about, like, if this is happening, right, you may have a hunch about it already. What are you going to do? Worst case scenario if this is what you think it is, then how are you going to react? What are you going to say? Right here with the Justice card. So you're put in a situation here unwillingly. It feels like you didn't ask to be put in this situation. Maybe some of you signed a contract or signed something along with a partner or something like that, and now it's just not going really well, or it's not what you thought it was going to be, you know? So you're sort of stuck in it. Maybe you're seeking legal advice even. All right, so we're going to go into more detail. We're going to pull from another deck. This is the Supernova Tarot. And then we're going to break down the next 30 days for you. What's coming up in the next week or two for the Leo, please? Ooh, the Emperor. There's control tactics here. There's power plays, power moves. Who has more pull? Who has more power? Who has the say at the end of the day? Knight of Swords. Very directed, confrontational even. There's the Sun again. Love that. Truth will come out. Things will be discovered. Three of Cups. So in the next week or two, there's a lot of communication happening. It does feel like it's a one way. So I don't know what that means to you, but I'm getting one way. Like if somebody, it's like in someone's favor. Someone has the upper hand. Someone feels or actually can make a decision about this. And maybe needs to consider the other person or something like that as well. But there's people involved here. Your friendships, your acquaintances, even extended family may be involved somehow. People having a lot to say. Who's on your side, who's not. Who's on their side, who's not. Opinions being shared, you know. Somebody coming from a place of experience and background and, you know, I've done this before. I know what this means. You know, you should do this. You should do that, whatever the case is. So this may be empowering somebody to feel like they can speak about it. They can make a decision here. But at the same time, another person may not really feel like they were considered or involved, which is unfortunate, especially if this has to do with like a couple, you know, two people here. So I don't know if this is straight, but it doesn't feel like it is. Anyway. I'm getting putting you in your place, or you are putting someone in their place. I'm also getting a sense of like you're late or someone's late. It's like, hold on, wait, right? Like, don't do it yet. Don't say the thing yet. Don't go here yet. Like catching up to them, trying to get to them before something happens. There is a sense of charm as well coming through from whoever we're talking about, like trying to charm their way and not be stopped. Do you ever get that, like, how can I say, like, need to be in that energy of you want something to happen, but you know that in your environment there are people who, or situations that don't want it to happen, but you don't want to cause a big deal. Like, you're trying to do the thing without there being interference. So you watch everything you do, you watch everything you say. You're very tactile and strategic about your moves. So you are just keeping everything quiet or keeping everything harmonious, right? Like not causing attention, not causing drama, because any little word that someone takes the wrong way or any move you make that someone has to second guess will wake up this idea of like, no, right? Almost like salesmen where, you know, their pitch when they're pitching the thing to you is like really smooth until something happens that makes the buyer second guess or question, like trying to prevent somebody from second guessing or questioning so you can get this thing and do the thing. Okay, I don't know who that's for, but it feels like that. You also have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands may come and interfere somehow. I'm getting interference with the Knight of Wands. The Fool. The Knight of Wands wants a different outcome. The Knight of Wands, whoever this is wants like a new start, wants to go another direction, wants to take a leap of faith, wants to take a risk. It doesn't jive with whatever everybody else is doing or whatever it is that you want to do. I don't know who the Knight of Wands represents. The Knight of Wands does not want the thing anymore. It wants, like I said, something new. Wants to end a phase, wants to end a cycle, wants something to change and get better and transform in a sense. The Knight of Wands is causing ruckus or like drama or causing like some people come into someone's lives for the sake of change itself, whether they stay very long or not. Their purpose is to make change and create change. What they're going to create is a better situation with the Empress. Yes, something has to die, something has to go, but what the outcome of this is even better than what someone imagined. Now, I just did the Aquarius reading, and they had the Emperor in this position and the Magician in this position as well. So there could be a correlation to their reading for you. A Six of Swords. A Three of Wands. One more. And a Four of Pentacles. All right. Well, at the end of this 30-day period, someone is trying to escape and get away. They have a vision. Yeah, I don't know who's who, to be honest. Okay, this could be you. This could be someone else. I don't know. But someone is like set on this vision. Someone is set on it. It's a new idea. It could be a new hobby. It could be a new investment. It could be a new creative project, a new job. Who knows? But they believe in it wholeheartedly. They believe in it. The Empress is throwing me off a little bit. Okay. The Empress is like a sore thumb in a sense, coming out of this, like, maybe not very attached to this situation. Maybe the Empress is like, if it's you, right, that is not in the loop, if it's you that this idea does not belong to, you're trying to maintain your life and maintain things how it is, but a partner or somebody else is trying to come in and change it, then you may very well be the Empress here. Even though the Empress, whoever represents the Empress, is not directly involved, this whole situation is going to affect the Empress somehow. The Empress will see change and will feel change in their life, male or female, because of this situation, because somebody is coming in wanting to start something new. It feels like somebody wants to come in, start something new, and you may be the Emperor, Empress type of person that's like, no, we're not doing that. This is what we're doing. But they've already set it go. Like, they've already started the ball, right? Like, it feels like the Knight of Wands is somebody that this person has brought in, already said, yes, we're going to do this thing together, you know, and they're like, yes, let's start like a third party. But whoever you're dealing with, it's like they already said, gave a commitment to someone else, even though you're not involved in that decision. So it's like saying, like, let's just say you have a partner, right? And your partner comes and says, hey, I just put a down payment on this thing, whatever it is, like starting a business or something like that. You know, I'm starting a business with my brother. I'm starting a business with my sister, whatever. And you're like, what? You know, like, you didn't talk to me about it. You didn't tell me anything about it, like, whatever. And then it's like, well, it's too late. We already signed the contracts. I already told them yes, right? Now the Knight of Wands, whoever that is involved. And now their presence is in your life somehow. That's what it feels like. And there's change happening. And it's a little awkward and a little like you don't fit in. You don't belong. I think at the end of the month, you're wanting to get away. You're wanting to go and just like find some peace, find some quiet, you know, take the stuff that you love to do, take it with you, go away for a bit, and just sort of like stay quiet, wait it out. I don't think you've changed your mind. I think you're still a little upset. You're waiting for this thing to play out. You're waiting to see if their idea really happens, or, you know, what the results are. Because you're also thinking to yourself, like, dang, like, if this doesn't work out, you being the Empress, you being the Emperor, you have to come in and save the day. You have to fix it, right? Maybe this is a pattern between you and your partner. You know, maybe your partner is like super spontaneous and an idealist, a dreamer, right? They always start things, but they never finish things. And so you're just waiting to see, like, getting away from it, detaching from it, just observing it, waiting to see what happens to determine whether or not you need to come in and change it. But I do think that a change in your finances is going to happen because of this situation. All right. So I don't know. Hope it works out. If this related to you in any way, you want more details, I do one-on-one readings, personal readings. My email is in the description of the video. You can shoot me an email and then I will get back with you, and then we'll set up a day to do your reading. Other than that, if you got anything out of today's reading, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Thanks for your time. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.